The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy. Beer City's best sports talk
is gross.
just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingles studio.
And welcome into the 7-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions. We are actually live in Detroit right now, the day after the day of, I guess, the Amon-Ra St. Brown extension, the Penei Sewell extension, and the day before, one of the biggest days in modern Detroit sports history, as the NFL draft is here in Detroit, live from downtown Detroit. Time for the 7-round mock draft. Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene, the Detroit Lions. They have the 29th pick in the first round.
Correct. On the screen, we'll throw up the old mock draft simulator from PFF. Darius Robinson's still on board. We'll get killed for doing that,
and we don't care. We talked about this earlier today. They do not care. They took Jack Campbell out of line. They took Jameer Gibbs out of line. They don't care.
So you're in favor of taking Darius Robinson.
Apparently, they've been telling everybody in the business that they are in love with Darius Robinson.
Which makes me think that they're not, but they did this last year, and they took all the players that I told you they were going to take.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it does feel like Darius Robinson is I mean, look, he fits what they do.
And this could – I mean, this is even the GM or the scouting department or whoever. I mean, this could be them just saying, if you don't believe us, take him.
So that's where you want to go, is Darius Robinson.
I'd say Darius Robinson. It's like you always say, so many people are saying it. How can you ignore?
Well, I mean, especially with this team who's proven that just because you hear it a lot doesn't mean it's smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, they did this last year. Jameer Gibbs, I told you that was a player they were after. Jack Campbell, I think he was in every mock I did.
Yep.
Brian Branch, same thing. Sam LaPorta, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it out there. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's totally up to you. I can't wait for the year that they put all this shit out there and then just go, hey, all those guys we told you were going to take,
we didn't take
we hate them all. They're all fucking morons. Go enjoy it. That one doesn't even know how to tie his shoes.
I mean, what else is in the discussion at that pick?
I would have considered the corners, but I mean, you know how I feel about Kool-Aid McKinstry, so that's not one that I would have been jumping up and down for. I feel like it would be easier to get Darius Robinson right there, who can play any spot on the defensive line, basically.
Yep.
And take him there, and then just solve the corner thing later.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's
add that to Penei Sewell. Locking him up long-term, locking up Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the fact you got the draft here, I think that has made for that's a pretty lovely couple of days here in the D.
Yes.
All right, second round, what position are you looking for?
Oh, how about a corner?
A corner?
Yeah.
The ones they've had in the building, and I'll go ahead and tell you, there's one specifically that I'm thinking about. They've had Andrew Phillips from Kentucky, Nehemiah Pritchett, Enos Rakestraw, Kool-Aid, who we bypassed in the first round, Kalen Carson, which is too high for him, and Terrion Arnold, who's already gone. So let me look in the software here and see if TJ Tampa is still on the board, by the way, which it's going to be hard for me to bypass him.
I was going to say that seems like a value.
It's about where he belongs. I mean, it's Andrew Phillips or it's TJ Tampa. Andrew Phillips is the one that fits what they do better because he's so damn physical.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the route I want to go.
Maybe he should be the one.
I think that's the route I want to go.
Let's go.
They've had him in the building. That's a nice tiebreaker. We take Andrew Phillips. 6 foot, 190, super hyper physical, coming out of Kentucky. I think he's a little more raw than you would want. He played heavy press man at Kentucky. I think Aaron Glenn would do wonders with him. And them having him in for the top 30 visits enough for me. We go down to 73. They've had a lot of defensive tackles in. They've had a lot of, just looking at the defensive tackles, offensive linemen, wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receivers probably where I would be looking to go here, depending, because we don't have one of those. You've still got Junior Colson on the board if you wanted to go
linebacker.
If you wanted to go linebacker.
They're kind of set at linebacker, aren't they? Between Alex Anzalone and
Jack Campbell.
Yeah, Jack Campbell. I think I'm kind of set at linebacker. Is there a defensive end?
Well, you've already taken one of those. That was Darius Robinson. I mean, you could go defensive. You could go after a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Let's see. Best interior defensive lineman left is. You got Michael Hall, but he doesn't really fit the scheme. You got Tavondre Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like Tavondre Sweat's probably the right call. This team was really good against the run, though.
They were.
You're not, whoever it is. All right, so we pick a 73 right here. We don't pick again until 164.
I'm taking the best damn player on the board.
Are you looking to go wide receiver?
No, I'm saying Tavondre Sweat.
Well, you got Tez Walker on the board, too.
Yeah, but I'm after a tackle. I'm after a defensive tackle. I want somebody on that. I want a kneecap chewer. And that dude eats femurs. He didn't just eat kneecaps. He eats femurs.
I agree with you. I think it's a little high for where he's at right now.
Okay.
I mean, look, you know I love Tavondre Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal rankings, I have a second-round grade on him. So if that's where you want to go, I'm not going to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the receiver you're going to get is not going to be Tez Walker level good.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Because I feel like that's a bigger need.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you not?
I'm running a simulation on my side just to see what would be there at the next pick.
I mean, look, of their biggest needs, defensive tackle, wide receiver are both top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Guard's the other one.
All right, the next wide receiver that would be available, at least in this simulation, would be Ryan Flournoy.
Yeah.
At the next pick. Anthony Gold.
Anthony Gold I'd be fine with. He's a really good slot guy out of Oregon State.
Taj Washington.
I'd be okay with Taj Washington, too.
Jaquan Jackson. Is that enough deep depth for you to take that dive? To go, I could have Tez Walker here.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Screw it. Let's
That's
just go
part of the
Tavondre
calculation.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Let's just go Tavondre Sweat.
Got to be part of the
You know I love him,
calculation.
too. So
Mm-hmm.
flip this on the screen. I'll throw his stats and shit up there. I mean, look, Sweat's a gigantic human. You just have to worry about him eating his way out of the league.
Right.
That's the biggest knock on him. Because for a guy that size, he's a really good pass rusher. Usually guys at 366 can't play dead in the Western as a pass rusher. He can.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I'm good with it. Take Tavondre Sweat. We'll see. I'm looking guard. I'm looking at wide receiver. We got 4 picks left. 3 of them are in the 200s.
Okay.
So we'll see exactly where that goes as we roll. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we're going to do this a lot, but Zach Zinter is still on the board, and
Yeah.
he's from Michigan.
Some guys are a no-brainer.
He's from Michigan. He's a guard, which would be the one thing they need. And I just think he is so damn good. I had a second-round grade on him before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at a team like Detroit. We're picking in the 160s. Okay. We'll figure out receiver. Hell, if I have to double up on receiver in the 200s, then we can do that.
Right. Now
There's also, like, deep diving guys in the 200s that I like a lot.
Now, when I said Anthony Gold's name, you kind of perked up a little bit. I don't know that that's a guy that we've really talked about.
He's a slot-only receiver out of Oregon State. I mean, he's a name you're going to hear on day 3. Some people really love him. I'm in like with him. Look, I just think this particular class is really slotty. So you get a lot of players that I think can play out of the slot. And so you're going to have some fall. And Gold would be one of those. But is there a possibility he turns into a productive, good receiver at the next level? Sure. My problem with Detroit is, well, I just gave a slot receiver the richest contract in the history of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard for me. I would like a guy on the outside, even if it's a developmental piece, which is probably where I end up going here.
Okay. And then what's the 6th round?
Yes. I mean, if Sione Vaki's on the board, which with PFF, I damn near promise you he's not.
he will.
They love Sione Vaki as much as I do. I'm going to look just to be sure. Nope. Although James Williams is still on the board, which is dumb. He's a super athletic linebacker. Okay, your choice is you got Zinter, so now we're really looking at wide receiver. Yeah. You know what? Let's take the local guy, our Western Carolina player.
Okay.
Let's go David White Jr.
What kind of prospect is he?
He's a deep threat. I mean, look, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, and the best thing he does is beat you deep. Mm-hmm. The only problem is that he played at Western Carolina. So the level of competition that you're going to see is not great, and he was inconsistent at Western Carolina. But in Detroit, he would come in here. You're looking for somebody that can beat you over the top, and he can do that. So, I mean, for me, this is the kind of deep flyer I'm looking to take.
Right. Well, I mean, he's already coming in as the,
he's the 43rd
he's the
receiver.
8th option at best throughout his rookie contract.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. Take a depth piece that might bloom into something.
Let's see. I'm going to look back at their visits and see if there's anybody that's late. Oh, that would make sense. I don't think he would still be on the board. Pull up Walter Football, and they've got a really comprehensive list of the visitors.
Uh-huh.
Or the visits of players. I combined that into a word that's actually a word.
I've got it up here.
Oh, Justin Rogers is still on board. 205. Earlier we took T'Vondre Sweat. I can also take another big fucking house, that's when I saw Justin Rogers' name on their visit list, they had him as a top 30 visit because he honestly can't play dead in the Western, but he's a big ass dude. He can kind of hold up against the run, but he does virtually nothing against the pass. I'm not sure that I wouldn't like bringing those two in on the same team because they do the exact opposite of what the other one does.
Right.
So I can play Justin Rogers on very early downs. I can play Sweat on later downs, and the fact that neither one of them can play over 60% of snaps works for me. And that was a guy they were already interested in. Let's take Justin Rogers right here.
Yeah, you killed,
I'm gonna flash his
one stone with two birds. I like it.
I like anything that kills two birds. Anything that takes two government drones out of the sky is a win to me. Mm-hmm. All right, we got one pick here at 249.
Jeremy Greene.
I swear to God.
Would you accept it?
Oh, fuck yeah. It'd be like, dude, that'd be like Michael Cole getting named at the Royal Rumble.
Hell yeah.
Like I just ripped the suit off, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go play for the Lions. And then I get to one training camp and go, boys, I think I got to go. This is really raining on my drinking time. And you boys look like you're going to try to hurt my feelings.
Yes. All right, so what is this, 7th round?
This is 7th round, 249 overall. There's a name that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a quarterback.
Say
Carter Bradley. Look, I come out of the Wolf school if I take a quarterback every year.
Okay.
And when they burn out of the league in 15 minutes, which they're going to, because most of them aren't very good.
Right.
I haven't added a safety, but I don't really see one that's – the best safety left on the board is probably Damani Richardson out of Texas A&M. And to me, he's not even a priority undrafted free agent.
Really?
Never took a running back. You got Sam Hartman on the board.
Yeah, would you?
No.
Is Hendon Hooker doing anything? Is he going to be back and healthy?
He'll be the
and
backup.
all of the things, and
He'll be the backup, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm honestly.
They wouldn't do that. I don't think they would draft a quarterback.
I don't necessarily think. I mean, they brought in Joe Milton.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is he still on the board?
No, but Devin Leary is. Devin Leary might be the right call. He started to get popular towards the end of the.
I don't know why.
Well, because the thought is that he's got the talent. He just wasn't coached well in Kentucky. That's not a good offense. Bring him in as a developmental 3, sits on the practice squad. Look, I've already told you this. When you get to this point of the draft, these dudes suck.
Yeah.
In this class specifically, these dudes are not NFL players.
Yes.
If you fuck around and accidentally find a guy that can be your best practice squad quarterback, you should be handling yourself. Because most of these dudes, the XFL is going to look at and go, nah, dog.
It's like at least 6 references today.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, by the way, did you hear that popping when you did that?
Yeah.
Maybe stop doing that.
Maybe it was my cord got.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right.
Polly Pothead got hung up in his cords.
Stop. Seventh
Who's
round.
surprised?
7th-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions.
We're waiting on the grade. It really hates Darius Robinson, and it super hated Tavondre Sweat.
Did it?
Oh, that's a brutal grade from PFF. PFF gave us a C-. D+ on Darius Robinson, B+ on Andrew Phillips, F on Tavondre Sweat, A- on Zach Zenter, D- on David White Jr., D on Justin Rogers, C+ on Devin Leary. I don't agree with you, but my draft rank was top 95%, which means 5% of you are stupider than we are.
Rocking it in the 95th percentile.
Hey, then the comments tell us if you like it, if you hate it, if you completely disagree with PFF's assessment on this, and if you have any questions you'd like us to discuss tomorrow night, as we're live, day 1 right here in your city, the D. I'm going to do that every time we mention Detroit for 2 days.
Yes.
What national commentator do you think I can make the most uncomfortable by walking up to them and saying, "Welcome to the D"? How do you feel about the D? Look, every one of these media dudes is smaller than me. It's not like you're going to fucking fight me.
Oh, you were thinking dudes. I was thinking which one of the girls are you going to walk up and say that to?
Look, hashtag me too. We don't do that shit here.
Because I feel like Kay Adams will whip your ass.
No doubt. No doubt. And I would be so intimidated by Kay Adams, I'd just go, Hi,
how are you?
But I would walk up to Mel Kiper and go, tremendous agility, incredible fitness, welcome to the D.
And he'll go, you're an idiot.
Somebody call security, get this big mudded dipshit out of here immediately. Detroit Lions, 7th-round mock draft.
There you go. All right. Then, thank you for the update here.